Hello and welcome to the Dojo Live Recap Show this Monday, December 11th, 2023. My name is Kim Lantis and joining me is my co-host, my partner in crime, America Guerrero.
Thank you, Kim, for the introduction. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, and not too much crime, just a little.
Yes, just a little.
All right, what do we do in the recap show? We talk about all the great shows we've had as of late, specifically last week here on Dojo Live, as a way to, voice in, give our opinions, hopefully incentivize you to watch those shows if you haven't had a chance already. You can check them out at our YouTube channel or at our website, dojo.live. And of course, we'll talk about what we've got coming up this week as well. Now, last week was a really busy week. We actually had 3 shows fully booked, and what a great week it was. Kicking us off, we talked about the future of connected group travel. That was with Jason Van Esso of Crewfare. Then we moved on to embedded finance, and more specifically, how to grow revenue with embedded finance. That was with the team at Exact Payments, Brandon Zorner. And wrapping it up was all about how tech employees are in crisis and what tech leaders can do to be more strategic. That was with Andrew Bartlow, CEO of People Leader Accelerator and Series B Consulting. So let's kick it off with Jason's show at Crewfare. What were some of your takeaways, America?
I think I am 99% sure that the last week was the first time I heard that a company providing solutions for event organizers, travel logistics, was born during the pandemic. So it was like, what? What was this story? So with Jason, we discussed how innovation is transforming group travels by enabling users to discover and book unique experiences seamlessly. So, and we also talk about the importance of payment flexibility options, Jason's lessons learned from entrepreneurship, emphasizing the challenges and managing teams, and highlighting the importance of making and taking bold action. So it was really cool.
It was a really good show. I mean, they're definitely trailblazing. I think a product that doesn't quite yet exist or exists now, but quite unique within the travel and hospitality space. I mean, their clients, the way I understand it, are mostly the events themselves. Throwing out some big names out there. I think the what's the word? The Holy Grail, maybe places like the Olympics or World Cup, music events. And their focus right now, I think, was as the larger scale, but they're getting creative in how to kind of bring that down even to a smaller scale, like let's say a family reunion, making it more intimate. But what I really love about it is how they're finding creative ways for event planners and other places to generate more revenue, but also create this sense of community beyond the event itself. Right? So that people who are like-minded, interested in or participating in that particular event can begin traveling together, staying in the same place together, and all these kind of befores and afters. And I think it's just a really, really cool way to make travel seamless and just another source of revenue. So definitely check that out at Crewfare. Up next was all about embedded finance. I think what was really great about this show and Exact Payments was Brandon's ability to make finance easy. I think everything was really tangible, easy to follow, even if you're not, from the fintech world. I thought that was one of my really solid takeaways with Brandon.
Yes, as you mentioned, Kim, with him we learned about embedded finance and strategies for growing revenue, particularly for software as a service companies. Brandon shared insights into the challenges of traditional payment processes and the evolution of payment facilitation and how Exact Payments enable SaaS companies to embedded financial services seamlessly. Again, so and during the conversation, we also talk about international business considerations and the changing landscape of monetization of SaaS companies. So it was really interesting. As you said, Kim, I'm not a fintech expert, but it was a really nice conversation. And if you want to learn more about it, let's watch the show.
Yeah, for sure. And we wrapped it all up with Andrew Bartlow, who's CEO of Series B Consulting. This particular show was really fun because we kind of broke it into 2 parts. The first half being tech employees how they're in crisis, why that's happening, what the individuals can do about, where we're at in this point in time, and then wrapping it up with what company leaders can do in order to be more strategic. So yeah, what were some of your takeaways with Andrew?
I do remember someone asking to Andrew, what can I do if I want to find a job? And he said that having an online presence is really good. Networking is also something that it could help you in the future, and learn about what is going on in the market. I mean, for example, if you see that there is a trending in the hospitality and travel industry, you can look for opportunities in that area. What you need to know if you want to get more technical knowledge. So investigating is a key. For companies, for leaders, I think that it was really insightful what he shared. So you need to clearly articulate organizational goals and priorities. That was one. Communicate, communicate openly about challenges. That is also something that you need to do as a leader. And if you want to communicate that in the organization, he said that there is a strategy. If you communicate that 7 times, is that correct, Kim?
At
Uh,
least, I think
at
he
least 7 times.
said.
Embrace agility and adaptability, support continuous learning, foster a culture of transparency, trust, and collaboration. So it was a really good conversation.
Yeah, super good conversation just to have a better understanding of what's been going on in terms of this big shift also that's happened as the individual, right, coming off of this, what did he call it, the war for, I can't even remember the word now, but the idea that, just recently, the individuals, particularly in the tech and software space, had the upper hand, right? There was this need to hire, and there was this ability to be picky and to make higher demands, and then that's kind of shifted, and we're seeing like a lot of layoffs, and so like what that can mean. And I think his two pieces of advice that stick with me for people who are working in the tech sector are just this is the way it is, like right now, and so this need to sort of adapt that and accept it, and then also to make yourself more marketable, right? This continued education and just finding ways in which you can become more and more valuable and stronger in your craft. And then with the tech leaders too, I think you hit on the majority or pretty much all of those points. For me, it was just about the sense of community, right? And I think that's something. The other thing I think he talked about was the need to narrow it in, right? A lot of times there's so many goals across the company and they're all really great and we have a hard time choosing. But I think he said, the 30 versus 3. He had a really cool saying. I can't remember what it was. But just picking those 3 and sticking to it. And I think giving your plan and your decisiveness time, right, to let everything kind of roll out, I think is also something that was a really good takeaway. All in all, 3 really great shows we had here last week on Dojo Live. This week, we've only got 1 show coming up, and that's going to be on Wednesday the 13th at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific. We're going to be talking with Viren Baraya, who is co-founder and co-CTO of Works. And they're coming off of being creators of Netflix Conductor. So it's going to be a really techy, really cool show here, all about generative AI and how it's impacting the way that software is currently being built, and how specifically you as developers are weaving and can weave Gen AI models into business workflows. So check it out. Very timely, very cool conversation we're going to have here Wednesday. All right. Bye for now, everyone.